Dirty romance.
Marley, is this a song or the trip to the nut house? What the fuck?
It sounds like whenever there's a skit when somebody's trying to write a song and it's terrible.
No.
All my life.
Oh, let me see what we got here. Hey, Jacob, you ever listen to Gorillaz? A little bit. People been asking me. I got my shirt on. Martin saw me. It's funny. You know, I got Murdoch.
I love them Gorillas.
The lead of the Gorillaz, Murdoch Nichols, man.
Magilla, Grape Ape.
Oh, stop. Just stop, man. It's some serious. No, this is time to be serious. Stop it. No, stop it.
Coco.
This is
Harambe.
Harambe. I'm like, get to Harambe, man. Come on. Because you know we're going to get that dick. Dick's out. I got my dick out for this review right here, man. This is because a lot of people been asking me, because Martin saw this shirt. I'm like, God damn, I'm tired of these goddamn Gorillas right here. When you gonna be through with this? It's almost over, Martin. The album's been out for 48 hours. It's almost done.
Okay.
I just gotta talk about this real quick because y'all know I'm a huge Gorillaz fan, and anytime a Gorillaz project comes out, I lose it. It might as well be a national holiday for me. So, Martin, I didn't want to do this to you. I was ready to do a show and move my ass on, but all the people out there saying, Corey, you got to weigh in on the album Humans by the Gorillaz, and that's...
You want to do that tomorrow?
No, man. Yeah, and everybody got the album right there, and there's the cover of it right there. Humans with a Z. And being that I'm a huge Gorillaz fan, I consider myself the authority on this album right here. Don't ask nobody else. Ask me.
More so than the creators themselves.
Yes, I do. I know them better than they know themselves, Martin. And I can tell you why. Because I'm not going to say anything about the album just yet, but I have a big problem, a huge problem with the Gorillaz right now. I'll get to that. I'm going to set them straight. They need to listen to me because they're getting off track right now.
Okay.
But let's talk about the music, Martin.
Sure.
Because it really is all about the music. See, I love it because of all the art and the animation and everything. You know, Jamie Hewlett's one of my favorite artists, but I love the music too. That's the first thing that got me into it. And here's the first thing that I noticed with Humans. and I'm going to say, Martin, first of all, I think you'd like this album.
Okay.
I know you don't listen to Gorillaz too much, but there's something with this album in particular that will appeal to you. And I'll tell you one in a little bit. Now, here's the thing. With Humans, one of the things that, for me, that I felt is that there was not anything that popped out as a big hit. Because when you had some of the other albums, you had like with the Gorillaz self-entitled album, you had Clint Eastwood.
Sure.
Then you had Feel Good Inc. with Demon Days. Even Plastic Beach, which is that's my least favorite. Even that had Stylo with Mos Def and Bobby Womack in there. I thought this was when I heard that, as much as I didn't like, I'm not saying I didn't like Plastic Beach, but as much as I was not as enthusiastic about it as the other two albums, I felt like, well, that stands out as a hit.
Sure.
I can see that people dancing in clubs and everything. With this one, probably the closest thing that we have to a hit is one of the songs that already came out, and that's another thing with the album, man. I think they released their best songs before the album came out, because they released a ton of songs.
Uh-huh.
And so when you got to the album,
and now here's everything you like with the filler.
Here's the B-sides, with the filler. Yeah, and I was a little underwhelmed. Probably the biggest hit that they have on there was to me, that it seems like, is the one that everybody heard first, which was Saturn Bars with Pop Can.
All my life, me ever have my gun, so me have to move sharp like me knife. All my life.
Yeah, that just weirds me the fuck out. Mainly because my face looked like that when I was 16. So, I love that track right there, and that's when I heard, like, man, this album's gonna blow up. This album's gonna be great. And when I finally got to it, I was really underwhelmed. I was underwhelmed by some of the tracks that I thought that I would be looking forward to. De La Soul, I love De La Soul.
Of course you do.
And De La Soul, I'm old school hip hop, so De La Soul was always one of my favorites. Team up with the Gorillaz and like doing Feel Good Inc. and even one of my other favorite tracks, Super Fast Jellyfish. I thought that the one on this album It's gonna be great, and it's like a song called "Moments." A lot of people love it. I'm still not getting into it. Marley, is this a song or the trip to the nut house? What the fuck?
It sounds like whenever there's a skit when somebody's trying to write a song and it's terrible.
No. Oh, they got actually start rapping in it.
Huntsburg game is sort of like Tupac out of court run towards camera. I'm responsible. Just check, please. Got my man.
You know, it's Marley. How many songs in that are playing right now? I heard about 10 of them all at one time.
I thought you were doing that thing where you just keep skipping around.
It was like 10 people singing at the same time.
Remember those first edition Discmans? How much they would skip?
They would skip. It's a very experimental album, and they're playing with a lot of things, and you have to get used to it. I know a lot of people love that track. It's called Moments, as I said, and you have to get used to every album because
it changes every moment.
Well, it does. I mean, you know, you get different producers come in. It's not the same. They said no album should sound the same. What's the use in doing a project and hiding behind,
Sure.
fictitious characters if you can't go in and play around with stuff? And so, you know, with the first one you had, with Gorillaz, you had Dan the Automator. Danger Mouse was on Demon Days. Damon Albarn himself produced Plastic Beach. And this one has a couple of people on there doing it, but the main producer is Twilight Tone. And you got to know this because Twilight Tone, if you've heard of him, you've probably heard of him on working with Common. Or he sold you a fake Rolex in New York somewhere.
Yeah, these are my kids' glasses. He got switched when I took it to school this morning.
He looks like Marvin Gaye in preschool right now. He's like, come on, man.
Looking at his face, too. Come on, man.
Stop laughing, y'all. Stop all that sniggling. But no, with him, you got to understand that he's his take on this. Dan the Automator had more of a kind of electronic sound going on. Demon Days was all over the place. It had it came in with more of a hip hop influence and also more of a heavy on synthesizers too.
Okay.
And Plastic Beach, that went way experimental. And that's where you had Damon Albarn coming in. But this right here, Twilight Tone concentrates more on, not so much on a lot of hip hop. There's some hip hop in there, but this time more like R&B and soul from sort of the disco era of the 80s.
Okay.
There's a song on here called Strobe Light. It's sang on this Pevin Everett. Strobe light, spotlight, neon light. You gonna play a song, goddamn it, or not, Corey? But it's called Strobe Light, and the singer is Pevin Everett. I don't know who the guy is, to be honest with you, but I want you to listen to this and tell me what you think about it, because it sounds, again, a lot of people, if they say they don't like the Gorillaz album, it's because it has changed, and this time it's changed drastically in the R&B soul direction, with a little emphasis on disco. Oh, the Cat Daddy Shuffle, there it is. Yeah. Oh, even the Mexicans getting into it. Look at it. Oh, look at it. She like it. She likes it. I'm telling y'all, man, this is
what's wrong with that?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying.
That's good.
No, and a lot of
bitching about the album, man.
Well, oh man, no. I'm not. A lot of people, because a lot of kids come in, they want that fun Gorillaz that they knew from the first album, or they want the poetic Demon Days that they had, or they want the insightful Plastic Beach. But this one is now this is more of a black album more than ever. When I say black, I mean there's like 75% more Negro in this. This is black music.
Oh, that's what they don't like about it.
I think because there's a lot more hip hop, and because there's an emphasis on
Well,
R&B.
you said this wasn't a hip hop.
What's that? No, I said it's not so much hip hop as it is R&B, and there's a lot of hip hop in this. In fact, with every Gorillaz album, you're so attached to the one before that you just want that, or you want your favorite one.
Well, every time I read somebody saying that they thought the album was meh or not that good, somebody else would say they listened to it the first time, they weren't that into it, but then they came back the second time and they were. I did that. And let me tell you something. At first I said, man, I'm not really
I don't know if I really am into this R&B thing that they're doing. It's because it doesn't sound so much like Gorillaz, you know. But then again, what does Gorillaz sound? And it turns out that one of my favorite tracks that I can't stop playing. I'm driving Mia crazy with this. She yelled at me like that person in the movie theater. She's like, "Cut it off!" It's a song called what's it called? It's called the Apprentice.
Okay.
And I can't stop listening to this song, man. I'm interested to see what you think about this. I've had this on a loop in my car and at home nonstop.
Or you could just freak with me.
Yeah, huh?
Set it again, let the numbers roll.
Man, I've been listening to that nonstop. That is not one of my favorite songs on the album. That's one of my favorite songs. Because that takes me back to my R&B days.
Sure.
You know, because I love R&B, but R&B ain't what it used to be.
Not at all.
And they took it back with this one.
But don't ever look at me like that. It's just in the daylight. No.
Go listen to it. I can keep playing this.
That's good.
I got to cut it off. No, that's amazing.
That boy good.
No, I love that, man. And you know, so I got into the R&B groove with this, man. I was like, yeah, I'm into this heavy right now. But the thing is that a lot of people are saying, maybe should have done more of that, because the guy who created Gorillaz, Damon Albarn, he's and y'all know him. If I've talked about him so much, he is the co-creator, pretty much the musical side of it. The art belongs to Jimmy Hewlett. But y'all remember him. He used to, and it's amazing he's getting all this black music now, because he's the guy it was Oasis and Blur that were kind of feuding for the top the Brit pop invasion here in America. Uh-huh. And the one that they really blew up with was song number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with that, and everybody's heard that, everybody does that, woohoo! And back in the 90s, it was on every trailer and commercial, and it became so big of a hit for these guys. Damon Albarn was just kind of like, man,
I'm sick of it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just sick of this pop music scene. I'm sick of this manufactured music. He talks about how he was looking at a TV one day and he's watching a TV that could show like 12 things at one time. He's just like, it's just, and all of it was kind of the same too. And he's just like, I'm just sick of this shit. And that's why he did this. So I'm saying this because he grabbed an iPad and just started doing the real experimental shit. And every album's gonna have that experimental side of Damon Albarn, where he's just making weird noises and doing weird sounds. And I didn't like that at first. At first, I thought it was a waste of a guest spot that he had when he had Grace Jones on there. Damn, can you imagine Grace Jones being your grandmother? Like you having a party, like she come out, where the party at? Grandma, put your titty back in and go back to sleep. Grace Jones is big. She was
talk to me.
Don't talk to me. Shut up. I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna cut you with my titty. But she was kind of an avant-garde figure in the 80s, man. So that's why he got her for this song called Charger. And at first I was like, man, what are you doing? I'm hating this song. This is just noise. You know, if you realize that they have a track like this in every album, and then you have to like get used to it, and then it becomes a part of the album.
Sure.
I actually like that track a lot now. Hated it when I first heard it. And today I was about to write down, hate this song, and I had to download and listen to it. Like, oh fuck, gotta change my mind right now. I actually like this, but that's my point with the album. You know, the deluxe edition has I think like 26 songs on it.
Damn.
So you have to kind of just give this thing. I thought that girl left. She just walked out of here, and then she just took her spot.
I know. I was like, dang, she didn't wait for
She's like, it's still warm. Sat her ass right down in that spot. Oh, we were just talking shit about you. I thought you left. Like, where's that little narrow ass going? Where you going, girl? But that's the thing with this, man, is that you have to realize that you got to listen to the album so much and give it a little bit of time. And every album has its place, and every album has sort of the same thing. And one of the things that people have been talking about with this is that, like I said before, Damon Albarn needs to pull back. Damon Albarn needs to like let these guests do their thing, and he needs to be the least part of it. But he is the one, and this is a complaint of mine that I have here. about Gorillaz not being present enough in this. When he comes in, he is probably one of the only things that's making this a true Gorillaz track, because he is the voice of 2D. And when he comes in, you imagine that character singing these songs. And every one of these albums has sort of that melancholy ballad that he comes in and does a solo on or does with somebody else. Like, you know, you had Empire Ants from Plastic Beach. You had Tomorrow Comes Today from Gorillaz. And this one you have...
James Bond movie?
What?
Tomorrow Comes Today?
I think so. They get the soundtrack for it. And now they got this thing called Busted in Blue right here, which is very much a Gorillaz track. And it comes near the end of the album, so it kind of wraps things up pretty well.
Where does it come from when everything was outside? Busted and blue.
Fuck you, Martin. All I see is James Bond walking around and shit. God damn it, a cartoon James Bond walking around. God damn it. But that right there is a classic feeling Gorillaz track. So the album, if you want my opinion, I'm still out on it. I think it's a good album. I don't think it's their best. I think it's suffering from too many collaborators on it.
Interesting.
And you get a lot of different sounds. But I think as far as the Gorillaz album is good compared to everything out that's out right there right now. As far as an experimental concept album goes in the mainstream, I think it's kind of brilliant. You know, I think more things work than they don't. And anytime you can give me like 3 songs off of an album that I can just listen to over and over again, then you've done a great job.
So Matinee?
No, full price. I go full price for this album. Now, as far as the marketing goes and what they're doing with it, I'm giving that some bullshit.
Uh-oh.
Because what I really want to lead into here, and I'll make this quick, is that the project has gotten so big that they can't do what they originally set out to do, which is make these characters, the band, and kind of take a back seat to them and let them do their thing.
Yeah.
And the technology's hard. I want my goddamn holograms, man.
Oh.
I want my fucking... When I think of Gorillaz, the whole fun of it was like listening to great music and imagining these characters actually playing the music. That's part of the concept.
Like the Archies.
Exactly. You know, if you're going to sell that to me, then give that shit to me.
Right.
Now I'm feeling a little bit betrayed.
Now the characters are getting pushed to the background.
They getting pushed to the background. Now, this is where I say I know them better than they know themselves. I should be their marketer. I've been a fan for a long time, and I've stood by their side. I've stood by them like they family.
Uh-huh.
But
and now you feel entitled.
I'm not entitled. I'm trying to help them. I'm telling them what's good for them.
You know how you sound, right?
I sound like I got sense. And I'm telling them some good shit right here.
Mark David Chapman.
I don't know who that is, but you call me that. My name's Corey Coleman, goddammit. I'm here with something to say. And I know what I'm talking about. Now, I understand the technology is hard because they've been trying to find different ways to put the band out there with giant screens and holograms. The best examples of when they've done it, they did a great job at the Brit Awards back in like the early 2000s. I mean, it might have been 2000, 2001 when they came in on these giant screens and all the characters were characters, and they did Clint Eastwood. It was fun. Every character had their personality. You know, Noodles over there bouncing around. Murdoch is being, he's hogging the stage. 2D is just being the front man, pretty boy. You know, I mean, they were characters, and that was cool, and that's just how people saw them. And then they tried to, what spooked them is that they did something at the Grammys one year when Madonna came out on stage with them. And they did something with holograms, and on TV, it looked amazing. Now you see
that lip syncing is whack.
Oh, it's off. It's off. And then let me see here. And then Madonna came out on stage with them, and that's where the whole. And first of all, that was just fucking weird.
It just fall apart.
Who's the cartoon Madonna? You know, it was just weird, and the songs didn't fit, and it's like nobody wanted to see Gorillaz with Madonna. Or Madonna mixed in with some goddamn Gorillaz. He's trying to fuck the back of it. Even that dude's like, wait, that dude's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? He's like, hey, you back the fuck up, dude. If you're listening, like the hologram Murdoch is going up with his dick hanging out his pants and going up to this keyboard. It's his keyboard. Like, what the fuck? Back up, man. I don't go that way. So you see, it's a little weird what's happening right there. The reason why they got spooked by it is because on TV, it might have looked cool, but the crowd couldn't hear them. Because if you turned up the bass too loud, the holograms would shake.
Really?
Yeah, the holograms, like the holograms would they would tremble, and you see the glitches in it.
Oh.
And so on TV, they said it looked amazing, but the crowd was talking over it because they could hardly hear it.
Oh.
So they got kind of spooked by that technology, and they pulled back. And so when they did shows, like they did a show in New York, and this is what pissed me off right here, because they did a show in New York. Let me pull this picture up. They did a show in New York where to get the characters to make an appearance, they didn't play with the band. They made commentary from the fucking balcony.
Do you know how hard it is to get a visa to get into America when you're a wow puppet?
Okay, that's cool. So y'all turning to Waldorf and Statler now. You know, the Muppet Show.
That's creepy looking.
It's creepy looking. I love Puppet Show, but this is just weird looking right here because they're weird looking puppets in the first place.
Right.
And plus they just been reduced from this crazy new technology down to, all right, well, we can't afford to do this anymore,
That's
so we're going to do puppets.
Technology.
Yeah. A hand and some rubber. You went from cutting edge technology to latex and a hand. You're reducing them down to something that was kind of where they were once amazing to sort of just being sideshow marketers and gimmicks for this project. And now that they're out there with this, now that they're promoting it, the band just comes out and just plays, and they're just like, fuck Gorillaz, man. Fuck these cartoons. Yeah, look, the music is amazing. This is let me see here. This is Pusha T with Mavis Staples on one of the songs I love off the album called "Let Me Out." And the band is tight. The band is amazing. They're giving a great performance. Damon Albarn is on there doing his thing. They couldn't bring Mavis Staples out because she's 77 years old, but they put her on a hologram. And it's kind of
They put her on a hologram?
They put her on a hologram. They can't put these fucking cartoons on a hologram. They put a 77-year-old woman up there.
Just hologram the whole thing. All of them.
Yeah.
And leave the band in the background.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. She looked like she talking to the Power Rangers or something right now, Avenge me, Power Rangers. I'm just
77, that's not too old to go up on stage.
No, it's not, but they can't bring everybody all the time. There's even rappers that they don't bring out all the time. It's just that people can't travel with them everywhere.
Oh, okay.
That's the problem with, I
They're
shouldn't.
probably like, well, maybe you can come, but you got to pay your own way.
Well, the last time they...
Or we're going to put you in the Stewart Hotel.
Meanwhile, the characters are staying at a rich hotel. Those puppets got a nice hotel. That's their room right there. The band is great. If you see them live, even when the characters aren't there, the band is amazing.
Man, if I paid to see them and the characters weren't there, I'd be asking for my money back.
Actually, you wouldn't, because the band is amazing.
No, I'm cheap. I'd try to find some way to get my money back.
It would be like Fire Festival all over again.
Wait till after the concert and go like, hey, that wasn't what I was promised.
They gave me a cheese sandwich. But no, I've seen them. I saw the Plastic Beach tour twice, and I thought, man, the characters weren't there. I wish they were. I gave up after a while. Where the cartoons at? Shut up. Sorry.
I'm just asking.
Threw a bottle right at my head. No, it's the band is great. No disrespect to the band, they're great. But you do want to see the cartoons in there somewhere, man. And it's just
who speaks for the cartoons?
Yes, Mark. Who does? Just me. I'm Corey. I speak for the tunes. Because they're being reduced to just the sideline while they're out there jamming out at the concert. Damon Albarn said in the beginning, I don't want to do shows. I just want the characters out there.
Hey, well, he changed his mind.
Now he's out there front and center.
He got another taste of that spot, that limelight.
Yeah. Got them panties thrown at him on stages, and he's like,
yeah, I did like this after all.
Yeah. Cartoons can't do nothing for these ladies out there. Meanwhile, while they out there jamming out and having a good time at these shows, The cartoon characters are reduced to talking to just awkward dudes at a hotel for an interview.
Well, actually, I don't know if you remember me. I actually did your first ever NME cover about 15, almost 20 years ago.
Oh, no. For that.
That man is so confused. He don't know what to do with this.
And the other two characters just portraits in the back?
Yeah, that can't even bring the whole character. So what I'm looking at here, they had actually this is at a YouTube studio, I believe, in London. So they brought all these people around from Europe to talk to the characters. So while the band's out there, have partying, having a good time, they just sit in the YouTube studio talking to people who don't know what the fuck is going on because they're just looking at a couch.
Back in those days, you were quite touchy about doing filmed interviews. Why was that?
Because he's got a face for radio.
Yeah, well, you speak for yourself. You speak for yourself. No, I'm
okay. See, it's like they ain't
got nothing to say.
They're just like real musicians, sing, don't talk. Hey, they're more human than we think.
Yeah,
it's like
sing your responses.
Yeah, y'all, it ain't a comedy act. Play a fucking instrument. Sing Clint Eastwood or something. Shut the hell up. But the technology is there for them to do that on stage. Probably do that. Yeah. It's promising. So that's my thing, man. I'm just disappointed because the characters are being pushed back more and more just to be marketing tools, not something that is an integral part of a virtual band, something that was kind of promised before. Sure. That's my biggest complaint, not with the album, but with the marketing behind it. But, hey, I'm a fan, man.
So between a full price and some old bullshit, this averages out to a high rental.
No, the album is a full price. The marketing is bullshit. Keep them separate. Don't mix those things. I don't want no bullshit mixed in my music, man. Oh, and 2D just happy. Look, I told a joke. Yeah. You see where you look at? Just a fucker.
Which one is 2D?
Oh, Shane, Martin, Shane. Go do some research. I can't help you here. Gamefly brings to your house, to you, over 8,000 new releases and classics that are available to rent, or you can buy them for almost every system out there, current and some old systems. Like I said, man, I've been trying to put my GameCube back to work for years. Gamefly is giving me an excuse to do that. And you can even try 30 days for free by typing in gameflyoffer.com/double toasted. And when you do that, you'll get 30 days for free of games and movies. Get all those things, all of them at once. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere because they're all going to get brought right to your mailbox. You can also bring the element of surprise every month to your home in the form of a Loot Crate mystery box. In that box, I can't tell you what it is, but I can guarantee you it is the best in geek and gaming gear. Some people say it's like having Comic-Con brought right to your home. You don't have to leave the house for nothing. You're getting all kind of stuff. And everybody likes a little surprise every month, just a little bit. And here's another surprise for you. If you go to our link, trylootcrate.com/double toasted, and you type in bridge 10, that's the word bridge and the number 10, you can get 10% off, a 10% discount on your first crate. How's that for a surprise right there? Loot Crate, bring the mystery and the surprise to your mailbox once a month with Loot Crate. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and go over to our home, doubletoasted.com, for more videos and live streams. And remember, stay toasty.